It's a Hustler XL 3400A with a Kubota 3-cylinder diesel motor on it. It has a 72-inch deck that I've actually had a little bit of work on it done. And don't mind the mess, folks. This thing is made for work. It is not made to win any beauty contest. That's why I call it the Beast. But what it does do exceptionally well is lay down a gorgeous cut, whether you're cutting a field, and that's what I brought you guys out here today. We're on my field. This is several acres, and we're just gonna basically do some mowing, and I'm gonna show you what kind of cut this thing will lay down for you guys, whether you're having to bush hog something or if it's just getting a nice finished product with your cut that leaves a very professional look to everything that you're gonna do. So let me talk a little bit about what I had done to the deck. I've had the drive swapped out from the parts deck. The one on the parts deck's perfectly fine, folks. It's nothing wrong with it at all. This one it was easier to switch this one out than to take the other one apart and maybe clean it, something like that. Anyways, the deck is actually in great shape. It's ugly, folks, but man, is it in good shape. I had a couple of stress fractures coming along here. I had all this totally professionally redone, re-welded, brackets re-welded. Everything is solid as a rock. There's an ugly stick that thing. To give you any idea, look how tall this is. I went through a whole field mowing nothing but this kind of stuff down. No problems whatsoever. The thing never bogs down. It never feels like you're doing too much for this awesome Kubota diesel engine here. This thing, and like I said, it's ugly looking, but everything is as it should be. It's how it's supposed to be. Go ahead and lift up the battery panel for you. Got a pretty decent battery. You know, it's not the newest battery, so somewhere down the line you're gonna need to go ahead and stick your new battery in, but that's not that big of a deal, especially for the price that I'm giving you guys this mower for. That's just my little rigged up wire. Keep the battery cover closed, keep it a little bit cleaner. It has recently had an oil change. You can see down there, got a pretty new filter on there. Everything's just good to go. Gas gauge works. Got about a half a tank still in her. I did mention that, you know, the tires, they're not brand new, but you're on grass. I mean, I don't know how much tread you're gonna need. They seem to be working fine. But, you know, if you got some sort of thick area to get into where you're gonna need that extra traction, you might want to get a new tire put on there. This other one's in good shape. And I got one back here. This one's kind of worn. That one's pretty decent. Does have the reflector on it. This really great canopy for out here in the sun. Don't have that beating down on you. And plus the speeds that you can get on this thing, you're gonna have a nice little breeze coming at you anyways. All right, so without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump on. We'll get her fired up, which is real easy. You just put the throttle right about here. And I've already got the deck raised up, and I always like to raise the deck before I start it, just in case there's any drive going to the wheels or anything. Now this emergency brake, it doesn't really work that well. It works great on flat surface, you know. Anyways, so then all you gotta do, you're gonna take your ignition, you're gonna switch the key, it's gonna click a few times. I usually like to just count to 10 in my head, and then go ahead and give her a crank. Fires right up. Deck off. Jump off and I'll show you. Folks, we got no smoke at all coming out the back of this thing. It runs clean as a whistle. This engine alone is worth $3,500. Plus you're getting an extra parts deck, and I'll show you that in a little bit maybe. So without further ado, let's do some cutting, and I'll show you the kind of professional mode this thing will lay down. I'm going to go ahead and lower the deck. Too easy, and it's really to come back up, all you do is just lower the blades. I'm just going to pull back on this lever. You'll see her coming up off the ground. There it is. Up off the ground nice and high. Your wheels aren't touching or anything down there. For when you need to get somewhere with higher speeds. Go ahead and lower her back down. Put her up to full throttle. And to cut the blades on, all you do is put this stick button. Easy as that. Alright. Go ahead and show you what she has. And it's real easy to use. I can do this with one hand. Might have a beer in another hand. Who knows what you got going on there. We're going to go a little bit slower because this grass is actually a little bit wet. We had one heck of a storm come in yesterday. The blades are okay. I did do my best to sharpen them. However, I don't make my money by sharpening lawnmower blades. So they'll do you for a while, but you either want to go ahead and put the blades that come on that parts deck on it, or you know, maybe just take these off, get them sharpened, or just sharpen the ones on the parts deck, swap them out. You know, it's a 20-minute job, not a big deal. Turns real nice. Look at that cut, folks. Look at that cut. Beautiful, straight through this field. It doesn't even look like it. You're gonna think that I'm doing a magic trick to you every time I turn around, especially coming through stuff like this. This is a real field. I got crazy ant piles, all kinds of stuff. This is actually a horse pasture that's just not in use anymore. And if you know anything about horses, man, they will tear your mess up. And this place, it's just bumpy as all get out. But I got a nice smooth ride going here. It is awesome. I love being able to tackle any kind of job that I know I'm gonna have. I can let this field, I let this thing grow an entire year before I mowed it once. And it just goes through it. All right. Folks, look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You want to be able to turn a nasty field, well, that's kind of pretty with flowers, but you know what I mean, a nasty overgrown field into what looks like a nice finished cut without having to go over it with a tiny little, like maybe a 40-inch deck or a 46-inch deck even. I mean, you can even go bigger. This thing's got a 72-inch deck on it and lays down just like a finish mower.